an international team of scientists helped Johansen recover almost half the bones of an individual who had lived 3.2 million years ago. They called her Lucy.
Finding Lucy was really the first step in this very long process of description, investigation, evaluation, hypothesis testing, trying to figure out where in the world she sat, like we are on the tree, on the human family tree.
This is the Lucy skeleton found by Don Johansen in Ethiopia. She's 3.2 million years old and very representative of Australopithecus, the next earlier phase of human evolution. And they are bipeds, relatively small brains, and no evidence so far of any stone tool use.
So the stone tool use comes in much later than Lucy and her brethren.
With early Homo.
What can we tell about this creature from the fossils?
When we look down here into the pelvis, we see evidence for bipedal walking, a commitment to walking on two legs that is very different from what we see among great apes. So when we look at a chimpanzee, in the hip, we see the hip bones behind. They're long, they're tall, they're up the creature's back. Whereas in a human, our hip bone is much broader front to back, much shorter, and wrapping around the side to put these muscles that control pelvic tilt during walking in an advantageous position. Then we can ask the question, is Lucy more like a human or more like a chimp? She has a very short blade on the pelvis, much more like a human. She has muscle attachments, much more like a human. It's a basically biped's architecture, and that's how we know that she walked on two legs. But there was a little bit of controversy. Even after that, some people said, well, how can we really be sure about that?
And how can we be sure?
Because we found these incredible things in northern Tanzania, older than Lucy, sandwiched between layers of volcanic ash. And it's not what you think, it's not bones. There was a volcanic eruption 3.75 million years ago. The volcanic ash came down on the Serengeti Plain, and animals walked across it. The ash hardened and was buried. In the 1970s, I was lucky enough to be with Mary Leakey out in this area, and we found the trails of hominid individuals left as they walked across that volcanic ash millions of years ago. It's an amazing, like a snapshot of time. They went for meters and meters and meters. There are no knuckle marks, no handprints, just bipedal footprints that look more or less like what you and I would leave on a beach. Human feet, we're all used to them, but they're really strange. Our big toe is in line with our other toes. We don't have a grasping big toe. We have arches, transverse and longitudinal in our feet. All these features are present at 3.75 million years ago in Australopithecus.
So Australopithecus pushes us all the way back to 3.7 million years or older. She's small-brained, not using tools, to our knowledge, but walking upright. So that's telling us that walking upright is yet still an earlier trait. What do we know about that?
We didn't know very much about it because Lucy and her species only went back to 3.75. So to take the next step back in time, we had to find older fossils.
Just 50 miles south of where Lucy was found, there are exposed rock layers reaching back 6 million years. This is where Tim White and a large international team of geologists, paleontologists, and archaeologists have focused their combined efforts since the early 1980s.
What we wanted to do was to plumb the unknown, to figure out what came before the Lucy species.
For a decade, What they'd come for largely eluded them. Until
A graduate student at the time, Johannes Haile Selassie, found two little pieces from the palm of the hand, just this bone here. And these little pieces, he picked up and said, this looks like a hominid.
the excitement of this and other early finds quickly gave way to a disciplined search for more. And there was indeed much more to find.
Hand, foot, arm, leg, teeth, skull, head to toe, we had coverage of a creature nobody had ever seen before. We nicknamed her Ardi for the genus Ardipithecus. The species is Ramidus, and it's really a skeleton that is representative of the earliest known phase of human evolution.
And how old is she?
She's 4.4 million years old. We know that because these bones were all found sandwiched between volcanic horizons, both dated to 4.4 million years ago.
So that's more than 1 million years older than Lucy.
It was stepping into that black hole beyond Lucy that nobody'd been able to step into before.
Removing Ardi from her 4 million year resting place was a real challenge. Her bones were ready to turn to dust.
That little hill had to be excavated 1 millimeter at a time. We had to use chemical hardeners on her, extract her in plaster jackets, and then work on each bone under a binocular microscope with a needle to clean the encasing sediment from the soft bone underneath.